If you're lucky enough to be in the market to buy an original Da Vinci, Monet, or Picasso painting, you will likely turn to the famous auction houses of Sotheby's or Christie's to make your purchase. The saying used to go that as an artist, you knew you made it when your art was being sold by one of these houses because you were in the best possible company. All of the greatest artists in the history of the world have been represented here, and only the best of the best make it in. Or at least, that's how it used to be. Now, a large portion of their sales are made up of pieces that you cannot physically touch, are in general not made by traditional artists, and are causing environmental damage. Today, you can buy a digital artwork file, a non fungible token, or NFT, from one of these houses for as much as tens of millions of dollars. NFTs have been called the future of art, and it is true that they're disrupting the art world. They're currently one of the most in-demand forms of art, despite a great number of people not fully understanding what they are. This lack of awareness has allowed them to flourish on the market, feeding their popularity in a never-ending cycle. But what if I told you that it's estimated that the carbon emissions produced by NFTs and their sales will result in 27,000 unnecessary deaths per year? NFTs are terrible for the environment and for us. So what exactly is an NFT? Let's look at this example. This piece sold last year at auction at Sotheby's for over $11 million. Rather than being by a conventional artist, this was created by a duo of computer scientists experimenting with this medium, which is fairly common in the NFT world. When the auction ended, the buyer received a nice email about their purchase, a certificate saying they bought it, and a digital file of the work. No physical paper was involved in the process, and it would have looked exactly the same to the buyer as it does right now on this screen. The only thing that would make the buyer's experience unique to the one we are having now while viewing it would be that their metaphorical wallet would be a lot lighter, and there would be a heavier weight on their shoulders after realizing the environmental toll of buying that piece. NFTs are seen today by a young generation as an easy way to make money. It's possible to create an NFT in mere minutes, and since it's such a trendy item to buy, it's possible that someone would happen to like it and want to purchase it immediately. Young people making NFTs are seen by major art establishments as a lucrative future, so their artwork is sold through them. This adds a level of prestige and feels inspirational to people trying to make quick cash. What they don't consider is the environmental impact. NFTs are usually purchased through cryptocurrency, which in itself poses environmental problems due to how it is made with a process that takes enormous energy levels and has a huge carbon footprint. Making cryptocurrency requires large computations as a way to try to control how much of the currency is created. It's a process that deliberately takes up excessive energy and produces excessive greenhouse gases because by making it an arduous process, it is more difficult for someone with bad intentions to create more of it. However, NFTs can also be purchased through regular country currencies, so the real problem with NFTs is their fundamental identity. NFTs use what is called a proof of work mechanism to ensure that their code is not possible to duplicate or hack. This mechanism essentially requires arbitrary and complex mathematical problems to be solved as part of a verification process, which takes up enormous computing power and thus energy. Studies have shown that the proof of work process for creating a single NFT uses the amount of electricity that an American uses in 9 days. That might not seem like a big deal, but let's think about what that means. As of April 2022, around 3,200 NFTs were being sold every day. If we account for the entire selling process of an NFT with the various computing components involved in transferring a file, in 1 day of NFT sales, the amount of electricity used is what one person would use in about 267 years. Electricity by itself is one thing, but the carbon footprint produced along with this is a scary statistic. NFT sales and their cryptocurrency transactions will kill tens of thousands of people per year just because of the environmental cost. The majority of these people will be low income from communities who are most affected by climate change. Looking at a simple JPEG or PNG file on your computer, which are other valid forms of digital art, does not require any of this computing power. We can see that same image as before without any of the same environmental cost. Think about that. By making a digital picture, something that would look the same without its unique code, you're creating greenhouse gases that could easily be avoided. Buying an NFT is supporting this industry. What is there to gain? NFTs are terrible for the environment, but the trend will not die out unless more people realize this and make them no longer appealing. They should not be glorified as an easy and trendy way to make money. So what can you do? It's important to support local art galleries or local artists working with physical media so that this new frontier of art does not continue to grow. There is no reason for us to contribute to our planet's demise in easily avoidable ways like this. Physical art is better for the planet and has the added perk of being tangible. When it comes down to it, do you really want a digital file that just sits on a hard drive somewhere? Or do you want a nice painting that you can hang on your wall? Choose that kind of physical art instead of NFTs when making your next purchase to help end this trend and its environmental damage.